Yes, people, how are we doing? Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everyone. This is a special episode. I am your host, Leo Edochie Jr., and today I have a special guest. This is the strongest man I know, and I hope you guys get to enjoy the insight he gives. This is my father, Leo Edochie Sr. Welcome to the podcast. How are you doing, Pops?
Thank you very much, Judy. I'm fine.
Yeah,
Very fine.
doing good. Lovely stuff. Now, you're in my space. This is the platform. I'd like to know how you feeling.
Fantastic. I'm going to watch you do it.
Yeah?
Yes,
That's good.
I'm here.
That's great. I do really appreciate you having the time, making the time to be on here.
Anything for you?
Thank you, man. Thank you. So we are going to have a little holiday episode, like I said, or a few questions I'm going to ask my dad. You guys get to hear what he has to say about what he thinks Christmas is, how he enjoys it, and, all that good stuff, man. But for now, Pops, I'd like to ask you to kind of introduce yourself and let us know who you are and what do you do?
All right. My name is Leo Edochie, Chief Leo Edochie. I'm the CEO of Solotone Global Ventures Limited. It's a company that specializes in mechanical, electrical, HVAC construction engineering for the oil and gas.
That's nice. What made you choose that career path? Obviously, for me as a person, I made my choice when I was moving into senior secondary. But for you, when did you decide that that's what you were going to follow?
All right. First of all, I am based in the Niger Delta, and it's predominantly oil and gas.
Okay.
Right. So being predominantly oil and gas, it only made sense that you follow the stream of things. And practically everyone there is into some form of oil and gas or the other. So that's it. And it's been a fantastic ride. All this while, and that's it. So we're doing it, and we're gradually approaching retirement. So it's been fun all the way. And, we can't thank God less.
Amen. That's good. You started in 2005. What's the difference now? Obviously, what was it like working, building that foundation? And how's the work like now? Now that you have that level of experience, and at the same time, there's a lot more delegation, if I wanna assume.
Yeah, naturally, when you're starting up, you're out there in the field. You do a lot, a lot of walking around, a lot of standing, you do a lot by yourself, But as you get older, naturally the company grows.
Yeah.
There are more people working for you, handling certain responsibilities, and you sit back and you delegate. However, you still have to be on top of your game. What it means is you don't just sit back and say, well, I've got people working for me, so, they can do whatever. No. If you want to succeed, you have to look into every single detail.
Yeah.
From the beginning to the end. So you're more or less sitting back as the CEO, but then you're involved in it. So you actually know everything that is going on.
You don't have time to relax.
That's the secret of success. Of course, with God on your side.
Amen. That's good. So what I take from what you're saying is that obviously as time progresses, there's a lot more time to really oversee, but not really time to relax.
No. You don't rest.
No resting on your laurels then.
Yeah.
That's good. I really like that.
Yeah.
People, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like I always say, Lion in the Room is a motivational, inspirational podcast where we give you the truth, but in a way where you can take it and learn for yourself. We make mistakes, but we grow. It says the righteous man falls 7 times and he gets back up 7 times. So if there's a hard time, always remember that you can overcome anything. But we will be back after this break. All right, now, Pops, I got a few questions here for you. We're going to get through them. They're mainly about Christmas, the togetherness, and we'll get to know a bit more about your life.
Yeah.
First off, let's just take this off the list. I know you've been enjoying golf, and I believe it's been over 3 years that you've been playing now. What's it like?
Close to 3 years.
Close to 3 years now? What's it been like getting into a new sport?
All right, golf. Well, they say golf is life, and I believe that. Golf is all encompassing, right? Why do I say that? Golf has the game aspect of it. You try to learn to play it. You try to play it well. Then it has the exercise part, right? As you're getting older, the exercise part tends to dominate. The reason is simple. You might not necessarily play so well, but you get to exercise. Either you're playing 9 holes, which is half a course, or you're playing the full 18 holes, right? If you're playing 9 holes, you're probably going to have to walk around for, say, between 2 to 3 hours. If you're playing 18 holes, you probably walk about for, say, between 4 to 6 hours, depending.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it balances it out. You go out there to enjoy the game, you strive to play well,
Mhm.
right? But however it is it goes, whether you play well or you didn't play well, you would have exercised.
Mhm.
And that's the key part of it,
The
right?
exercise.
The exercise. That's the, I mean, at this age that we are in,
Yeah.
exercise, means a lot more than playing the game well. Do you understand?
Mhm.
So the important thing is keeping body and soul together, having your vitals
Yeah.
still, in order. I mean, you're exercising, so your heart rate, your sugar level, I mean, name it all.
Mhm.
So that's it. So golf has been it's been life, right? And of course, you have the opportunity to meet a lot of new people,
Yeah.
make friends, and also see life from a different angle, because when you're playing golf, there's no end to activities.
Mhm.
Things always happen practically every week.
Mhm.
In between midweek, you have small kitties. Every weekend, you have the big kitties. So
Yeah.
you're busy round the clock, and that's what I enjoy about it.
That's nice. It sounds like a relaxing sport, something where you don't have to go at a really fast pace. You take your time with it, especially when you're using particular techniques. What I've noticed, like you've mentioned, for people around your age, like you and your peers, you enjoy the sport, you enjoy the moving around that it gets you to do, especially with the fact that it gets the body moving. You
Yeah.
can keep yourself at a good level when it comes to physical fitness. And what I also like is that you're also inspiring younger people to get into it as well.
Exactly.
The thing about these sports is like they're only mainstream at a particular level in some particular places, but with you making your reels as well, putting them on Facebook, getting people to actually get into that zone and actually try golfing for themselves, it seems like they're really enjoying it. So it's nice. You can call yourself like a pioneer
Yeah.
of the celebrity golf movement.
Yeah, that's it. As a matter of fact, quite a number of people have started playing golf, I mean, from watching me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's one aspect of it. Another aspect is more golfers, right, are dressing better.
Yes.
Do you
Okay.
understand?
Fashion
And the
style.
reason, exactly, the reason is simple. Listen, dress your best.
Mm-hmm.
Go out there and enjoy your game. You don't have to say because it's golf, I mean, you could just wear whatever it is. No. The idea is to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is to do whatever makes you happy,
Yeah.
right? So you're not gonna, be all dressed in drabs because you just want. No. Dress well. Go out there. You meet a lot of other guys, who are going to be well dressed, and for the length of time you will be playing, just have a nice time. That's what it's all about.
Mhm.
It's actually recreational golfing, right? I mean, it's not really competitive,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's purely for recreation purposes.
Okay. Just having a good time, feeling good. Seems like you're
That's
also
it.
working on your well-being.
Exactly, because you see, as you're getting older,
Mm.
right, metabolism is slowing down in the body,
Yeah.
so there's a need for you to rev it up, right? And I mean, what better way to do that? Some people go to the gym, right, but it takes a lot of discipline for you to go to the gym very often.
Yes. And consistency.
But golf is fun.
Mm-hmm.
You're exercising, you're walking, you are sweating out. Now, a lot of people see you playing golf and they don't realize how much work goes into it until you come out from the course and you're all drenched in sweat and someone says, wow, so it's actually this tedious, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're walking, you're swinging,
Yeah.
every part of your body, and you're admiring nature, because I mean, you have trees, the streams,
Mm-hmm.
a few animals, birds. Listen, golf is fun.
That's nice. That's really nice. It just gets you to really appreciate the whole outdoors.
Mhm.
That's nice. That's nice. Moving on, let's get into a few more of our questions. I
Right.
wanted to ask you this starting off. When you think about Christmas, growing up, what lessons from that time still shapes how you live today?
All right, family time.
Mm-hmm.
As kids, then, I mean, growing up, I mean, but my mom, your grandma, would always get to cook rice, chicken, plantain, abacha, lots and lots and lots of food. So,
Hmm.
I mean, it's time for everyone to come together, sit down, gist, eat, drink, and have a lovely time.
Hmm.
And in our days, after eating, we go visiting, right? Or we go to watch masquerades. But the most important thing is the fact that it's family time.
Yeah.
I mean, school will be, on vacation.
Hmm.
Parents, would have wound down with work, and it's time for everyone to, that 1 2 weeks get together, have a nice time, have fun. Okay, yeah. Also, new clothes.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because
We
in
all
our
we love the
days,
Lakers.
Christmas was when you get to wear new clothes.
Yeah.
Daddy will buy new clothes, mommy will buy new clothes, and it's just a family time. And we all grew with it.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm here to spend Christmas with you guys. I always do it. I always come to spend time with you guys. The reason is simple, right? Make time so that you can sit down and enjoy your family.
Hmm.
You guys are all grown. I mean, very soon you start getting married and, all moving out, and that's the prayer. So as often as possible, one looks forward to, the 2 3 weeks break. And it's also nice because sometimes the stress of work, could also affect you
Yeah.
if you don't take time to relax, if you don't take time to unwind. And
Hmm.
Christmas is the best opportunity for that because it coincides with year end.
True.
So a
Everyone's
lot,
resting.
exactly. So that's it. So Christmas, growing up, family time, and I mean, I've taken that. I've grown, married, have you guys. It's still family time, and by the time it's your turn, with your wife, with your kids, let the family time
Yeah,
continue.
an even bigger family time.
Exactly.
I love that. You mentioned masquerades, and everybody has their own knowledge of them. Kind of just tell us, what was it like? Did you go watch the masquerades? Were you ever chased by the
It
masquerades?
wasn't just watching. We had a small masquerade group,
Mm,
right? Yes, and because I mean, I've always been tall,
yeah.
right? I used to carry the masquerade. I have a very good
Okay.
friend, Uncle Chris. You remember Uncle Chris?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Uncle Chris then was taller than me,
Hmm.
right? I
Really? Uncle
eventually,
Chris was taller than
yeah,
you?
growing up, I mean, he's older,
But you
5 years older. Eventually, I grew tall. So he
okay.
used to carry the masquerade. By the time I became as tall and taller, I started carrying the masquerade. And it was fun because we were all neighborhood guys. We had the
Yeah.
masquerade, we had our gongs,
Hmm.
what they call Ogede. And we go out to squares, to go and just have fun.
Hmm.
And that's it. And it was very, very, very memorable. I still look back and smile. The childhood was good.
That's great.
It
That's
was fun.
great. That's lovely. Some of us have gotten chased by masquerades, though. Be careful when you go out to watch them. Next question. As a father, how has your understanding of what really matters in life changed over the years?
Well, first of all, like they say, by the time you get to realize that your parents, were right after all,
Hmm.
you're already a parent.
Hmm.
Now, what it simply means is when you're young, growing up, most times you think your folks are over talking, they're talking too much. Yeah, I mean, you get to that age bracket where you're beginning to see life, from a different prism. You think you're in charge. And I mean, come on, my dad is always scolding me, he's always trying to teach me.
Mm.
But by the time you get to realize that, listen, these folks were trying to shape you right. You already have kids. I mean, you guys that I'm trying to shape right.
Yes.
So growing up and parenting was more like, having them try to guide you. Do you understand? Having them try to teach you what really matters a lot in life.
Hmm.
And that's it. And we grew with it. Of course, we'll make our mistakes,
Yeah.
which is, part of life,
Mhm.
But those mistakes formed foundations for us and springboards for us to achieve what we've achieved today.
I like that. Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying entirely. I know I don't have my own kids yet, but when you give yourself an opportunity to understand or ask questions as to why things were the way they were, you have an opportunity to understand where people are coming from. I remember the first time I realized that a parent, like you, Pops, you're a parent for the first time. This is literally your first time being a dad of 3 kids. And sometimes it makes me tell myself, maybe I should cut you some slack. Maybe I do need to respect you a bit more. Maybe I do need to sit down and say, maybe my dad does know what he's saying. But when you're younger, you do normally feel like it's unwarranted.
Yeah, and you feel you know it all.
Yes, I will attest,
Yeah.
A lot of us struggle with that. Even outside, a lot of people struggle with that. But the thing I also love and respect about you, about mommy, about any parent that does this is the accountability, because
Yeah.
it's not just,
Yeah.
well, my life was hard because my
Mhm.
dad did this. You look at what your parents did, the good, the bad. You look at the bad and you say, well, I'll use this as an opportunity to do better for my kids so that there's a better foundation around there. It's not like, oh, you're trying to make your kid your best friend, because there still needs to be discipline. And that's what makes me respect that. That's what makes me appreciate that. That's what makes me feel like it's great to have you on this podcast, because more people are going to hear that and understand that everything is a process. And even as parents, you take some time to learn from your parents,
Yeah.
because everybody is doing it for the first time. They say it really takes a village, to raise a child. So when you think about it, sometimes you need advice, you take guidance, you take whatever you can get to make sure that you are the best you can be, because there are people that will always be watching. And I love what you said, but let's move on.
Thank you.
Of
Thank
course.
you very much.
Of course, Pops, of course. What's
I'm
one?
enjoying this.
I'm so glad you like it, man. This is just my space, and it's great. A lot of things have shown me what they call a full circle moment. Like Neymar saw a cancer kid when he was younger. That boy survived cancer, and they got to see each other again. It's a full circle moment.
A lot of nostalgia, actually.
Exactly. Building up this podcast and now finally having my father on. It's something I thank God for.
Yeah.
So it's great. I hope you guys are enjoying this as well. We'll be moving on. Next question I have for you, Pops, is what's one value you've tried to pass down to your children, to me, and my siblings, that feels especially important in this stage of life?
All right. Trust God. Work hard.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how it works. You have to, first of all, believe that God is with you, primarily. Then you're working hard. Now, it's a combination of all the factors. I'll tell you how it works.
Mm-hmm.
If you believe God is with you and you're working hard, then allow God to, kind of steer your path. You believe God and you're working hard, right? Now, things will happen at its time, which is God's time, which is when God wants it to happen. That's where the belief comes in. If you don't believe in God, then you keep asking yourself, oh, this ain't working, why are things not working? No. If you believe in God, tell yourself that things will work at the right time. So that combination is what I agree with. It's what my parents, your grandparents instilled in all of us. And I'm trying to instill that in you guys. I'm happy you guys are doing very well. So believe God.
Yes.
Believe in God and work hard. Your time will come.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that as well. The thing with belief and hard work, they go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand.
You look at that faith in God, and I also say this, when you believe in God, a lot of things are possible. All things are possible.
Yeah.
But you also have to work hard. You have to do your part. There's so many stories in the Bible that shows that.
You don't believe and just sit back doing nothing. No, you have to keep working hard. You have to keep grinding. And God will crown your success.
Amen. That's exactly
God will crown it. God wouldn't just sit back and say, oh, you're not doing anything. Oh, you're my son. Take this. No. God crowns hard work.
True.
That's what it means. God sees that I'm walking in the right direction and he opens the way for you. That's how God works. God wouldn't just appear from nowhere and, with a wave of his hand and things begin to happen. No. You are working hard. You are working at something. You are diligently doing your best towards something. God will reward you.
100%. 100%. So continue to seek knowledge, continue to seek wisdom, trust God. A lot of times it seems like it's very hard because we don't know where we're going. But I think that's the fear. I have that. I struggle with that sometimes. I have to come and talk to you.
Everyone does.
Everybody struggles with that.
Yeah.
But you have to believe in God. You have to believe in yourself. For those that have so many questions, continue to seek God. That's why I'd say continue to seek God.
It's everlasting.
There are struggles that we all face because we're all human, but take that time. Take your time, work on yourself. Next question. Now, Christmas is often about togetherness. But what does family mean to you now compared to when you were younger?
All right. Well, it's the same thing because what I'm doing now with your mom, with you guys, it's what I saw
being done for you.
Exactly. Your grandparents my parents, they made sure we got together.
Mm-hmm.
They made sure we were together
Mm-hmm.
every Christmas, right? They made sure, of course, we had a lot to eat, we had enough to eat, and we're able to express ourselves. And they listened to us,
Yeah.
came up with solutions. Do you
Okay.
understand?
Yes.
Guided us. So I've taken it all the way to this point. So Christmas remains the same. It's the same mindset, family time. That's why I'm here. And
Mm-hmm.
it's going to remain that way. And good enough, you guys have imbibed it and you're going to continue in that tradition. Someday we'll all be old,
Of course.
right? And it will be your turn to be visiting us. And the joy will be watching you guys succeed. And success
Mm-hmm.
isn't always all about money.
Mm-hmm.
Success is about getting it right. Success is about living well with your families. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need so much money for. No, you don't. So what I'm looking forward to seeing is some degree of stability, togetherness in your respective homes. And I'm good with that.
That's great.
And your mommy would feel very fulfilled that yes, we've been able to raise you guys right.
That's great. I do believe in stability as well. Financial stability is very important. But you mentioned money, and in this day and age, a lot of people, in my opinion, tend to get it wrong. There's a focus on money, there's the love of money. Why do you think some people tend to move in that direction rather than looking for a more fulfilled life, a life of togetherness, or a lot of the things you've mentioned?
First of all, I think it's all about pressure, right? Either pressure from the society, pressure from your peers. You want to make it, you want to tell people that you've arrived. That's wrong. The most important thing is contentment. At whatever stage or level you find yourself in, be content, right? And tell yourself, this is where I am at this particular point in time, T, and I'm content. Someday you're going to move to the next level, right? And that's it. Don't be greedy. Don't envy your friends or people who have moved further than you. What they call the life race, it's not 100 meters dash. So the fact that a couple of your friends, a couple of people took up before you and that they are in front. No,
But it's a marathon.
it's a marathon. You keep running it until you die. That's the truth of it. Some people will fall, right? Others will overtake them. The guys who overtook will probably fall. The others, that's just the way life is. But maintain your lane. Everyone has to be in their lane. That's the way God has designed it. So if you keep looking back, keep looking at the other guy and telling yourself, oh, he's doing a lot better than me, then that's where you're going to have a problem. So just believe that you are in your lane. God has designed you to be in this lane, and that's what matters. Every other person has his or her lanes, and you just keep doing it. That's it.
You guys are getting the real gist. This is what I hear from my dad whenever we need to have a serious conversation, whenever he feels like I need a few more nuggets of life.
Yeah.
People, this is Line in the Room, like I said, an inspiring, motivational podcast where we just want to give you the truth. I love to help people. I love to understand because as people, we can always learn and be better together. We can build better together. And you just want to have a solid foundation. You want to know what you can do that will help you. So if you're enjoying what you're enjoying, if you're enjoying what you're listening to, stay right here. We'll be right back. Yes, people, this is Line in the Room. We are back. And Pops, moving on with the questions, I got a very nice one for you because as young men, we all want to succeed.
Yeah.
But success seems like it has different paths to follow. There are good parts and there are the negative parts as well. This question is, what does success mean to you today? And how is it different from what you believed when you were my age?
All right. Success is a combination of a lot of factors, right? Most importantly is the fact that failure is part of success.
A lot of people don't get that.
Yeah. The reason is because there are aspects of life that you need to learn from. Failure knocks you, but you have to get up. Everyone goes through some form of failure or the other, right? Now, you learn a lot from failure. You learn how not to do things. You learn how best to do things. That's what failure teaches you. So success is a combination of everything you've had to go through to be where you are, for you to be doing things in bracket, in quote, rightly. You must have done a couple of things the wrong way for you to get to where you are today. So when you look back, you can say, all right, okay, this happened, that shouldn't have happened, or this happened and I reacted, in some ways I shouldn't have. So all that put together is success. And there is no magic wand, that waves success into your life. No, you walk into success. You walk your way to success. Even if you have a whole lot left for you, you still have to manage it. You still have to be successful at managing what you inherited. So you don't just sit down and success is fanning you. No, you walk your way into success. And that's what success is all about.
That's nice. That's really cool. That's the truth, really. A lot of us, even myself, I struggle when I fail because it makes me feel as though I can't get it, But along the line, I've started to understand, even with confidence, confidence is basically just believing that what you don't know today is what you learn tomorrow.
Believing in yourself.
Exactly. And it's made it a lot more easier for me. At least it's made it a bit more comfortable for me as a person. And I just want more people to be able to understand that if you fail, you have an opportunity to learn from failure.
Of course.
I mean, scientists, they have their practices, they analyze, and they test.
Yeah, everyone makes those mistakes.
Yeah. Everybody makes mistakes. So moving on, looking back, what's a season of hardship that later became a blessing in disguise?
That's an interesting one. All right, we're on air, so I'm going to be a bit sketchy about it, so I don't, let out names. But
okay, of course.
yeah, but we had a project some time back, and I lost a lot of money. Money was transferred to some companies, some guy, here in the UK who I was doing business with. He was more like the buying house for us, and he made away with the money. It was a very difficult time because, I lost the money, the materials didn't come, I lost proceeds supposedly from the materials, and whatever profits, that would have accrued, I lost it all. And it was a very gloomy period for me because I kept on thinking, how am I going to get out of this? How am I going to get out? And this is where your mommy came in. Your mom woke me up one day and she said, listen, this is not the man who I knew in school. You always told me you're a tough guy. So what's all this? We've lost this money. Put it behind you. Keep praying to God and keep moving. Listen, people lose a lot more than that and they move on. All right, some don't get to recover from it, but you need to get up, lace your boots, and tell yourself, all right, I lost this and I keep moving. So it was a very, very, very dark, part of my life because I go to bed thinking, wake up thinking, not being able to grab enough sleep, because I'm lying down thinking I'm sleeping, but the brain isn't sleeping because I'm thinking and thinking and thinking. And it was a bad time, but thankfully, thanks to God, thanks to your mom as well, I got out of it. And I learned a lot, right? I learned not to trust wholly. I learned to do things in part, no matter how fantastic the company appeared. I learned that, look, schedule things in such a way that if there are delays, if there are disappointments, I have a fallback. So that taught me a lot of lessons. And progressively, I am running with what I learned, from that lesson. And it's been okay.
That's great. You overcame and you continued pushing.
I overcame. Yeah.
Continued pushing. I want to ask, what does it mean, or why is it so important to have a loving partner, a partner who can push you, not necessarily baby or cuddle you, but someone who equally cares for you and your life?
All right. The secret is having a partner you can discuss things with.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the opposite sex, that's women. Women are more intuitive than men,
Okay.
right? Look at how it works. They get to see what we overlook, right? So, as a man, you're trying to put together a proposal,
Mm-hmm.
a business idea, a business concept, what have you, and you think you've covered it all. Discuss it with your partner.
She'll show you something else.
Exactly. You'll be shocked what she will point out.
Mm.
She will listen to you, and when she's done, she just asks you one or two questions, and you, wow, I didn't think of that. I didn't think in that direction.
Mhm.
So if you have a loving partner who's got this, smart,
Of course, the brains.
prayerful, let her know everything. Let her into everything you're planning, and you'll be shocked. The areas where she can guide you, right? Which in turn will help you come out with a better, well-rounded proposal. And that's it.
Wow, that's good. That's really nice to know.
Yeah.
Now, moving on. During the holidays, many people reflect on legacy. What kind of legacy do you hope to leave behind?
For you guys.
Of course.
Exactly.
Of course.
Well, the legacy of hard work. Why do I say that? Because it's something you have to, three of you will have to also pass on to your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, your grandpa, always used to say, there is no substitute to hard work. There is no shortcut to hard work.
Mm-hmm.
You don't work hard, nothing happens. You have to work hard. Well, these days, people say work hard and work smart. And I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to leave behind is believe in God ultimately and ensure you work hard.
That's good. Now, you mentioned there's no shortcuts, but we know that there are some people who have made their way through these narrow avenues.
Mm.
How do you now get a young person to stay on the right path, knowing that he can just go through a few corners and nobody needs to judge his integrity?
To stay the course. Look at how it works, right? If you cut corners
Mhm.
now and you think it's made you successful, just watch out ahead what's going to happen.
The consequence, right?
Mhm.
Will ultimately come.
It will come.
Mhm.
And it might come at a time when it will wreck you. Because when you try to cut corners, you're leaving out some very essential parts. So you don't get to know it. It's always best to do one step at a time, like they say, so that you grab the experience and the knowledge and you keep moving.
Mhm.
So people who tend to cut corners are people who feel that, they are in a hurry to get things. Where are you rushing to?
Mhm.
Come to think of it, where are you rushing to?
That's true.
Grandpa always told me, well, I and my siblings, I'm not going to put you guys under any pressure. Take your time, right, and work for yourselves. Of course, you're going to remember me.
Mhm.
But the aim is not for you to do this for me, do this for your mom, and that puts you guys under pressure. No.
Mhm.
Right? So it gave it gave us the backbone that we have today to know that they wouldn't be impressed if you try to cut corners or if you rush into things and boom, all of a sudden, you have a lot of money. They won't be impressed. What they want to see are kids who took their time to build and grow. Because for them to enjoy what they're enjoying today, not necessarily money, right? They have the peace of mind from the fact that they've been able to raise us rightly. And that's the most important. Now, if you don't raise your kids rightly, you can't have the peace of mind
Mhm.
because you're constantly blaming yourself,
Mhm.
right? And asking yourself, where did I go wrong
As a parent.
as a parent?
Okay.
So, what I'll tell you is take life easy, one step at a time. No rush. We're not putting you guys under any pressure. No, 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 no. Your life now is about you.
Mhm.
It's about Naza. It's about Ebube.
Mhm.
Put together, have a focus. It mustn't work exactly how you want it to, but eventually it will all work out. There will be stumbles. as you move along. And that's what life is all about.
It's all
But those
about the
stumbles
process.
make you stronger.
Yeah,
I mean, just like they say, whatever doesn't break you makes you a stronger
stronger.
person. And that's it.
Lovely stuff. Now, what do you think are some mistakes made by younger people, and what do you think can help?
Well, first of all, there's a tendency to want to always seek validation,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, when you feel you need your peers for validation, the tendency is for you to go out of your way and do things to please them, right? And most times, those things are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Believe in yourself. When you have a track, follow that track. Do you understand? Don't say because, this friend of mine has this friend of mine is doing well here, this. No. Believe in yourself. Remember, the smaller your circle, the smarter you are. Because people who tend to have, a lot of friends are people who are not very confident. They need validation from a lot of people.
Sometimes they might be lacking
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, now that's one. Now, number two, envy and greed. Take it out.
Mm-hmm.
Take it out. God blesses people differently. I mean, that's why He's God. God decides on what to give to you, on what to give to this person, on what to give to that person.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're envying someone because he or she has got this, not knowing that God has something better in store for you, how do you think God is going to feel?
As though you don't appreciate what's been given
That's
to you.
it. That's it. Now, the third one is say your prayers daily. Be close to God.
Mm-hmm.
Make God understand that He is all you have. You see these three things, you will succeed. It might not be instant success, but you're definitely going to succeed. That's it.
Lovely.
I can assure you that. It's worked for me, it's worked for so many people, and it will work for anybody who practices that.
So we're reaching the end of our episode, Pops. How are you feeling?
It's been interesting.
I'm so glad you're enjoying
It's
this.
been interesting. I looked forward to this actually, and I told myself that being a guest on your podcast will really make my Christmas.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. People, do not forget to also check my dad's Facebook, Instagram. All his social media handles are going to be in the description. It's Edoche Leo on Instagram and Edoche Leo on Facebook. Don't worry about adding junior or senior. Our pictures are pretty different.
All right.
Now, moving over to the end of our questions, Pops, I want to ask, what advice would you give to men trying to balance responsibility, faith, and emotional presence in their families at a young age and becoming a man?
All right. First and foremost, always make time for God. Always make time for God.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Pray in the morning as soon as you wake up. Thank God for waking you up, because a lot of people would have slept
And not woken
and
up.
not exactly and died in their sleep. So each day you wake up, right, it's a blessing from God. That's number one. Number two, pray every night to tell God, I've had a fantastic day. Remember, some people would have had accidents, some would have died in between, but you've gone out for the day and you're back home. So you're thanking God for seeing you through that day.
Mm-hmm.
And you're committing your life to God to ensure you wake up in the morning. And like they say, for as long as God keeps waking you up every day, He's not done with you. Because if God is done with you, then what's the point of waking you up? Do you understand? So if you have that, believe you me, you have all it takes.
Yes.
Because what it means is, in the morning, after thanking God for waking you up, you commit your day to God. So you're telling God, I've got work to do, I've got a lot of stuff. Please guide me all through. So God is with you. God has to be with you. You can't do without God.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean, you have God written on your phone. No. God is inside you. God is all about how you relate with your fellow beings,
Mm-hmm.
how you relate with people. There's a golden rule that says, do unto others
What
as
you
you'll
would
have
like them
others
to do
do
to you.
unto you. And that's it. And for as long as you're doing that, God knows that you have the fear of God in you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you wouldn't want to be killed, so don't kill anybody.
Of course.
You wouldn't want to be robbed, so don't rob anybody.
Of course.
You wouldn't want to be hurt, so don't hurt. It more or less sums up life.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's very true.
The golden rule.
Exactly. A lot of these parables and verses in the Bible are sure ways to help you in life. It really
The Bible
shows
is
you,
very complete.
of
Yeah.
course, how to treat yourself and how to
Mhm.
treat your neighbor.
Mhm.
In this life, there are complexities, but Jesus Christ comes to everybody, comes
Yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah.
He qualifies the called. And as people, we can continue, all we need to do is to continue to show love, understanding,
Yeah.
and to show love in correction as
Yeah.
well. We don't know everything as we are.
No one does.
Exactly, but we just continue to seek knowledge and we continue to trust God. I love that, Pops. I love that. And final question. It's good to have my dad here, so you guys know how I am. I'm coming from good stock. I'm coming from good stock.
Yeah, that's true.
Final question now for the day. As we end the year, what's one mindset or habit you believe people should carry into the new year? Like on Lion in the Room, we always tell people to move boldly. And there's a difference between that positive boldness and a negative pride. We believe in ourselves and we want others to believe in themselves as well. Because I believe I'm made in God's image. So do you.
Yeah.
And more people need to understand that regardless of what you've known before, you're still created in the image of God.
Of course.
So what mindset or habit would you leave for our viewers?
All right. First of all, people have this tendency of, counting their losses,
True.
right? People always tend to look on the negative.
That's
Always tend to say, "Oh, this didn't work out for me." Why don't you look back
true. And see what
and
works.
see what exactly? So before you say this didn't work, look back and see all that worked out for you. That's number one. Number two, you're alive and healthy. What it means is that you still have opportunity
True.
for you to. Exactly. So whatever you feel didn't work out well, be rest assured that it's still going to work out. It mustn't be immediate. You're praying to God. So many other people are praying to God.
Yes.
That's just the way it is. So whenever you feel, sad that it hasn't worked out, look back and see where you're coming from. Like they say, count your blessings.
Mm-hmm.
So my advice to everyone is, you're going into a new year, with a positive mindset, telling yourself that this year is going to be better than the previous year.
There we go.
Primarily. And secondly, ask God to perfect the areas of imperfection.
Mm-hmm.
It's as simple as that. And let
Lovely.
God lead you.
Lovely.
It will work.
You're hearing it, people.
I can tell you that it will work.
It will work. So there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. This has been a lovely episode. I'm happy. This is my dad, guys. This is Leo Edochie Sr. This is a great man. I'm still a child. I make my mistakes, but I'm happy to know that I do good sometimes. I do good a lot of times. Who knows? But people, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you've enjoyed this episode and you want a part 2, let us know. Maybe we can get like 50 likes and we will probably make another one. But like I said, this is Lion in the Room, motivational, inspirational podcast. Do not forget to be bold. Do not forget that Jesus loves you, every single one of you.
Yeah.
And continue to trust God. Seek knowledge.
Yeah.
And remember that there's not just a lion in this room. It's over there too.
Exactly.
Take care, people. God bless you and peace.
Do the word. God is so good at this.
Thank you.
So proud of you.
Thanks.